Nadine Barbeau eyed the cemeteries of New Orleans calendar as she rolled a small toy hearse around the miniature tombstones, coffins, and scythes littering her desk. The calendar was stuck to her cubicle wall with a thumbtack shaped like a skeletal hand. June 21st, circled in red. When she became the Herald's obituary editor, Nadine had decided to leave everything as it was for 1 month. After all, Tom, her predecessor, had been in the role for over 20 years before it was time for his own story to appear on the section's back page. People were used to how he'd run things. It was better for Nadine to hold off before making changes, out of respect for the dead, if nothing else. Now the waiting period was over, and although she hadn't yet decided what to do with the section, a woman who had outgrown her goth years could only deal with so many ankhs. She put the hearse down and picked up a miniature of Dante's death mask from a long-ago Herald reporter's trip to Italy. Palazzo Vecchio, La Commedia, was written on the bottom in thin Gothic script. She couldn't believe a man as dedicated to the dignity of the obituary had enjoyed all this funeral tat. Then again, Tom had also worn bow ties, so all bets were off. "Hey, Lady Death." One of her colleagues tossed out the casual greeting as he passed, and she gave him the frosty stare she'd worked hard to perfect. He shifted his shoulders and winced. "I mean, Nadine." That was better. She returned to her scheduled decontamination. Into the trash went the death mask, where it landed with a satisfying thud. Next was a dusty, never-lit vulture candle in a garish purple. She brought it to her nose and cautiously sniffed to find it emitted the faint smell of lilies, far preferable to a more realistic carry-on. Still, into the bin it went. She was about to tear down the calendar when a stern voice came from over her shoulder. "What are you doing?" Nadine's hand stopped. The disturbance in the force had summoned Irina Skoll, keeper of the crypt, the Herald's in-house research library, and its first defense against change of any kind. Irina moved to the side of the desk, located at the back of the newsroom and near the window, as if to separate the frenetic pace of the living from the slower gait of the dead, and pushed up her glasses to give Nadine her full and unwelcome attention. Under Irina's gaze, the invulnerable persona Nadine had cultivated for work crumpled like an old, discarded draft. Irina's soft, drapey clothes and puffy hair covered an uncompromising terror of a woman. The entire newsroom had fond memories of the day Daniel Starr, the editor-in-chief, had suggested that perhaps, in the interests of saving half a floor of space, Irina digitize the Herald's library. The two had gone literally toe-to-toe, Irina's head tilted almost horizontal to meet the gaze of their 6-foot-tall boss. Daniel had been the one to back down that day, an act never repeated at the Herald, and it had cemented Irina's reputation as a woman not to be messed with. "Hello, Irina. It's time for me to clear out this space." Nadine tried to channel cool unflappability and gestured to the desk with what she hoped was authority and ownership. "Make it my own." Irina bent down with surprising grace, the deep scent of iris wafting from her pink shawl, and plucked the vulture candle out of the trash. "This was a gift from Maxwell Levins in 2008, she said. "A piece of newsroom history from one of Canada's preeminent columnists. He said it represented the establishment's perspective on his work." Irina's glasses magnified her pale blue eyes, mesmerizing Nadine like a mouse in a snake's sights. "I thought it might be nice to organize the desk." Oh, pathetic, she thought. It might. She straightened her shoulders and firmed her voice and language. "None of this is good for my focus." "A professional can concentrate in any environment. Are you not a professional?" Yes?" Damn it. Her voice rose at the end. Farewell, intimidating poise. "Good. Then it's best if the mementos of lost friends stay. Don't you think?" Irina put the candle on the table and glanced meaningfully in the trash before leaving. Chastened, Nadine reinstated Dante to his place of honor near her monitor. It would only take minutes before news of her ignoble defeat made the newsroom rounds. Inmates of the Herald affectionately call it the Crier, for the speed at which gossip traveled.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.